Hello, everybody who may or may not be watching this. I still don't know how to put an intro to this because this is my very first time doing a voiceover for one of my videos. So, just a heads up that throughout this entire video, I will be talking and talking and talking. So, if you're not comfortable with the way how I sound, if you think my voice annoys you or anything like that, you may click the mute icon and probably just open another tab on YouTube to play your favorite music or something if you still want to watch this video. So that way, probably you'll be more comfortable watching but listening to your favorite music without listening to my voice. Before I get started, I just kind of want to put a little disclaimer. I just want to say that I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychiatrist or a doctor. I'm just a normal person who wants to share some information with you. I'll be talking about, it's a simple topic. I want to talk about friendship. Well, when I was doing my research, I didn't do so much research on this. I didn't put a lot of effort because I don't know, it's just gonna take about 10 minutes, for this entire video. So yeah, when I was doing my research, it made me realize even more of who are and aren't my friends throughout, I don't know, my entire life. So it made me realize that who are my true friends, who are my good friends, who are just my friends and my best friends, people who took advantage on me, people who just used me for me because I was too naive. It made me cut out negative and toxic people out of my life, whom I used to call friends once upon a time. I used to be the kind of person who just accepts everybody and anybody to be friends with me. It doesn't matter who they are. I was the type of a person who just loved being friends with people from all walks of life, which I did. But me, being too available and accepting, it was actually detrimental to my well-being. And why is that? It was so negative for me to be being friends with anybody and everybody. I was all about accepting anyone to be my friend, but when I did that, those people were feeding off my happiness, if that makes sense. Like, they had a lot of negative things going on in their life and they just blurted out on me. And I have always been a kind friend. I have always been sincere with anybody who wants to be friends with me. So I always try to comfort them, console them, make them feel better about themselves. But some of them, when I try to do that, they tend to feed off my happiness. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, but it happens. Sometimes when you're trying to be kind to a person who you call friend, but the person is trying to, in a way, drag you down as well to their level, which is very unhealthy. But I didn't see it that way though. I took it all positively. Back then, I never failed to just make them feel good about themselves and always try to bring them back up, get them back on their feet to being positive. However, when I spend time with these people and when I get home or when I'm in my stable state of mind, I reflect back on those times that I spent with them. It was actually draining me mentally. It was exhausting. I didn't even do much. I was just listening and listening. But somehow it got to me that it was just all so negative. But back then, I didn't see it so negative because, hey, I just want to try and be a good friend to everybody. But the thing is, I was just trying to be a good friend to make them feel better. It's because when I see any of my friends sad, I would feel sad too. Because when they express to me about their feelings, their hardships, whatever problems and troubles that they have, I'll try my very best to just talk to them and listen to them and give them the best advices that I could. And sometimes when we do that for people, they just don't appreciate us. Regardless if you're there physically, you're talking to them on the phone, you're video calling or through texts, they seem like they appreciate us, but over a certain period of time, if that's what they're all about, what I'm trying to say is always talking about to you, talking about their problems, their troubles, and everything that's just negative in their life, then there's definitely something wrong in that friendship. You may be the one who's always listening and giving them positive words and all that, but have they been listening to you? Have they been positive about your advices? I've gone through that experiences, and I'm sure probably some of you have gone through this as well. You try to be good with them, but they always try to bring you down some way in their level as well, trying to feed off your happiness. So what is friendship? Friendship is a relationship of mutual affection between people, a stronger form of interpersonal bond than an association, and has been studied in academic fields such as communication, sociology, social psychology, anthropology, and philosophy. And there are 4 types of friendships. Number 1, acquaintance. Number 2, just a friend. Number 3, your close friend. And lastly, your best friend. How do you actually identify a real friend or a true friend? Well, the ones who are not genuine with you, they're insincere, or you can also say that they're fake. These are the kind of people who are not your real or true friends. If you can sense that they're trying to be insincere with you, you can definitely sense that they're not a good friend. Because a real or a true friend, they never try to deceive you to make themselves seem stronger, or even more successful or better than they really are. They're not only honest about themselves, but they're also honest about you. A true friend is always there to build you up when your self-esteem is low. But they're also there to bring you back down to earth when you get too carried away. And they won't judge you for who you are. They already love you. They're not going to change their mind because of something silly you did. There's no such thing as you doing something silly and that's just gonna ruin the entire friendship. Because a true friend will always accept you for who you are. And what can a silly mistake do to ruin a relationship of your friendship? Nothing. Because you both are good friends. You both are real. You both are genuine and sincere towards one another. I am truly grateful for the best friends that I have in my life, and I love my best friends a lot. They're like one of the best things that happened in my life. I'm really glad that I met them and became friends to good friends to best friends. So, what is a best friend? Best friends, they're completely honest. You don't need to talk to each other every day to know you are there for each other. And silences can never get awkward. With your best friends, you can go for long periods of time without talking or seeing each other. But when you guys meet up, you guys can still pick things up as though you've never been apart. That's just a simple definition of my version of what best friend means. I'm sure there are a lot of different definitions, different kind of opinions that you may have about friendships, about your best friends. But hey, this is just my opinion. These are my thoughts on what friendship is. So I guess that's all from me for now. Bye guys. Okay.